Hello and welcome, or if you're from 2020, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yay! So, it's 12:30 a.m. and guess what? I already filmed this video on TikTok so that it would fix my face and I would look tea, and I was like, ooh, it's gonna be a good video. And it was great. But then I went, oh, let me save it. Deleted the entire thing. But I'm back, I'm here, I'm excited. Let me show you my painting of Rainier. So I crashed out like 2 months ago in June, and I was like, oh my god, the world is ending. And I went to Michael's and dropped a bunch of money, and one of the things I dropped money on was this paint by number of none other than Mount Rainier, and I'm gonna hang it up in my dorm, and it's gonna be cute, and I'm gonna be like, oh guys, look, it's Washington State, and it's super cute and special because this summer I went to Rainier not once but twice with my dad and with my girlfriend, so yay. Anyways, speaking of the reason why I mentioned Rainier is because of college. So I moved to college in 15 days, which is not a lot of days if you really think about it. Like, ooh, how many more times am I gonna be having family dinner? Not sure. So my antidote to that for you, in case you are crashing out about something else, is I'm going to be sharing with you my list of quick fixes to your impending doom. What to do when you feel like your life is falling apart. And I generalized it a little bit so that it's not just you hearing me say random things that probably aren't relatable to you. What are you going to do with my thing from the list before I edited it that said I should try and read through one page of this extremely specific, extremely cringy book I own that I bought with a gift card I got for Christmas one year? Nothing much really, right? So, anyways, to the list we go. So the first thing is to take a walk, because walking just does magical things for you. It gets the endorphins going, you can have a good playlist, and you're gonna be tea while you do it, because exercise. Story time. Before I went to Michael's, the same genre, the same week I think, and this was a month-long crash out, I got so upset that I went on a 5-mile walk for no apparent reason, and it was actually really great and really healing, and I played male manipulator music the whole time, and I felt like the coolest person ever. Number 2, if you like a fun drink, if you like a Lotus, anything, you could go buy it. Hey, you know what? Guilty. Today, I bought a coffee for no reason on the way home from my girlfriend's house. And you know what? I am $7 poor. Stay on prices, but I am an immeasurable amount happier. But anyways, my list says, because you should be financially smart, make tea or coffee. Also, do you like my midnight coffee? The reason why I say that actually is because sometimes part of your crash outs can be just feeling really unaccomplished and really like, oh, I'm not making it anywhere in life. And so, making something, like you make a drink for yourself and you actually end up liking it, which is kind of rare, but if you do end up liking it, you're like, oh, I can do things. At the very worst, I can make coffee. If someone gives me coffee, I know how to make it and turn it into something wonderful. Hopefully that empowers you to take other things and make it into something wonderful, because I think every person is capable of that. And not everyone, taps into it. Anyways, number 3, something I'm awful at. Sing. So I joined choir in 6th grade, and I quit the viola. Bad idea, but hey, singing is good for you, and if you sing happy songs, you feel happy things. So maybe don't put on the Phoebe Bridgers, don't put on Lizzie McAlpine, don't do that to yourself. Sometimes sad music is good, but don't let yourself dwell in it. Number 4, while you do number 3, you can dance. So dancing is biologically good for you because you're jumping around, so you got the endorphins. And when you jump up and down, it helps with lymphatic drainage as well, so your body will be tea. And just, who doesn't love a good dancing moment? Even if your dancing is like me and just jumping with a frat flick, it gets the job done, right? So you can dance with someone, dance alone, anything. Number 5 is to, if you're a reader, read your favorite book. I have a copy of The Fault in Our Stars and a copy of Sunburn, 2 books I really, really love. And so, sometimes I just read them and I'm like, oh, what a wonderful book, something I love so much. I would be so sad if I could ever read this again. And if you're like me, then an annotating moment can kind of take your mind off of things. Who doesn't love a good book? A lot of people, actually, but ooh, why wouldn't you like reading? Okay, anyways, watch your favorite sporting event. So I grew up in a hockey family because my dad is Canadian, and so sometimes just watching hockey gives me a very homey feeling. Jack Michaels, the voice guy for the Edmonton Oilers, his voice just does something very soothing to me. Not in a weird way, just in a very I feel like I'm at home, right? So sometimes I'll be upstairs, not downstairs, like tweaking, but on the radio, little hockey moment. I did gymnastics for a long time, so I love watching gymnastics. And then football. Who doesn't love watching football? Again, like reading a lot of people, but for this purpose of the video, who's watching live football and who is excited for fantasy football season, because I know I am. Number 7 and number 8 is find and hug your dog or other pet / find and hug your family members. Aw, family. But if that's not accessible to you, but you can walk, bike, train, bus, Uber, fly, if you're a bird, go see a friend, significant other. Worst comes to worst, talk to your neighbor that you've never talked to before and say, hey, do you do hugs? The worst they can say is no. The best they can say is yes. Number 1 life advice, never, never, never doubt the kindness of strangers. Sorry, my phone was dying. People don't actually usually hate other people that much. You might think they do, but not usually. Usually people are pretty nice. Print pictures for your wall. So I have a wall of Polaroids. I have a wall of photos here. I have a quote here. I have quotes everywhere. If you have a printer, if your friend has a printer, if your library has a printer, if your school has a printer, utilize whoever has the nearest working printer, since we all know our printers break, and find cute pictures because, we just love our friends and we love everyone, and it makes us happier to look at them. Leave a voice memo for future you. This is something I do. It looks a little weird. I kind of just hold my phone like this and I talk into it, and it works for me. It's like a podcast for yourself. And then this goes with number 12. Or actually I lied, number 11, which is to listen to a voice memo from past you, because you got better before. Did you remember that? Maybe you did, right? Maybe you're listening to yourself crash out about some man you haven't talked to in 2 years, or some test score that you thought would change your life forever, and you're thinking, wow, like she thought this was so important, but, look where I am now. I have bigger fish to fry. And I'm not saying your fish will never be big, and your fish will never be, not worth frying. I'm not saying all your issues will become smaller, but I'm saying, you put up with this. What's to say you can't put up with whatever you're having to put up with now? You're strong, you're capable, you can do hard things. The next one is to take a shower, and I put in parentheses, why not sing in the shower while you're at it? Fun fact about me, I don't sing in the shower because my walls are very echoey, and I feel weird bringing a phone or speaker or anything into the shower. But if you like singing and you're good at it, or if you like singing and you're bad at it, perhaps sing in the shower, and that will really up your mood, because who doesn't love a good shower or a bath? And who doesn't love a good singing moment? And sometimes people like them combined. That sounds pretty great. Maybe I'll do it in college and terrorize everyone. If you go to UConn in the fall and you hear someone singing Fiend in the dorm showers, it's probably me. It's me testing out my new fix to my impending doom. That's how you know I'm crashing out. Call a friend. Everyone has that person, or hopefully you do, who, they can talk to, and, they can either laugh with you and make it unseriousness, or they can, help you feel serious. Call a friend, call someone, talk to someone, because sometimes you think, oh my god, the world is ending, but then they tell you, no, don't worry, the world isn't ending yet. And so, you can laugh about it and say, oh, at least a billion years from now when the sun explodes, I'll be underground. That kind of thing. Lie on the floor until you can romanticize your sadness. Pause. Don't do this one too much. This is a once every few months activity. This is when you pull out the Phoebe Bridgers, you lay on the ground, you look at the sky, and you think, or I guess your ceiling, unless you're on a balcony, I'm human. It's kind of beautiful, right? This is a August activity. This is a January activity, but maybe January 1st activity, right? Just sit with yourself. This is a birthday activity, but it's not like I'm into this every Tuesday. That's how you dwell on things, right? That's when you have to go back, you jump, you dance instead, and maybe you sing a song in the shower. I'm really sticking with that theme. Anyways, speaking of singing, find and sing along to any cheesy music video on the internet. You might be thinking, what? So, when I was in the first grade, I had a huge Maddie B phase. And so sometimes when I'm really sad, I don't do music videos, but I have a Maddie B playlist to, hype me up and make me think, wow, what a time. She lives inside me. What a happy young jolly girl lives inside me. Low-key might work for you, might not be Maddie B, might be like Jojo Siwa, low-key, because you are going to come back like a boomerang. Okay, number 16, you should make a random vlog. So, sometimes I do it. I just kind of be like, hey, or I'll just take random videos of things I'm doing, and then you splice it together. Because number 1, you have something cute to look at later. Number 2, you don't have to be in it. You can just record what you're looking at. Like right now, if I had, I'm not really a meta glasses person. If I had a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, sounds really specific because it's a vlogging stick, and I could record it, then I would record what I see, right? You can do that instead of recording yourself if you're like, oh my god, my eyes are swollen, and I don't want the world to see what I look like. That's okay. Also, the world doesn't have to see your vlog. It can be for fun. But yeah, vlog things. That way you're motivated. You're like, okay, every time I do something, I'm gonna record it. Doesn't have to be interesting. Oh, I'm gonna take a nap. You can also include a time lapse of you napping in your vlog to show that you are a well-rested human being. Okay. Do some crazy makeup. Depends on how much makeup you have. I actually don't have that much, so this is a really hard one for me. But in peak COVID 2020, I used to really want to have that bold eyeliner. I still can't do it, so sometimes if I'm feeling a little adventurous, not really when I'm sad, but if I'm feeling adventurous, I try an eyeliner and then I wash it off. It's not for me, but I try and make it cute every time. 18, coming from a gymnast, stretch, you know, better if you can stretch with a friend, because if you've done sports, you know that the conversations had during stretching are sacred. They're great. Try and find that. Or just stretch because, your stress is held a lot in your body. If you are really stressed, your neck will get tense. Sometimes having a tense neck and tense shoulders can actually make you more stressed as well, because you're gonna hunch, and it causes you to just not feel loose and relaxed and human. You kind of feel more like air dry clay is what I would compare it to. Number 19 is make a list. What kind of list? Make a list of the exciting things in your future that you simply cannot miss. For example, today, if I were to make this list, right? Something I would include in this list is probably my first Halloween weekend as a college student. I'm super excited for Halloween. I'm super duper excited for winter break. I'm super excited to meet my roommate in real life. And thinking long term, I'm super excited for my wedding, because today I was just talking about my wedding. Like things like something you're excited for. Try and think if it's really bad. Try and think, okay, something I'm excited for tomorrow morning. I'm excited to drink coffee in the morning. And then you think, okay, well, what am I excited for in a week or a month? Oh, I'm excited to see this friend when I go golfing with them, something like that. And then a year, I'm excited for my 20th birthday, something like that. Build up and up and up so that you never run out of things to be excited for. And, keep adding to the list so you can look at it and say, hey, I did this already. I already met my roommate, but we haven't gone to Halloween weekend yet. Clearly, I have some living to do. Go to the library and just stare at all the books. I think sometimes, because there's that TikTok trend about going somewhere that makes you feel small. Going to the library makes me feel really small, because I think, wow, all of these people, sat down and had a dream and wrote this, and not only did they write this, they got it printed and published, and somehow it's found my town in Washington State. And I feel kind of sad sometimes. I can't read everyone's books, but it also makes me feel like I'm one of many. All these people wrote books, and this is a fraction of all the people who exist in the world. And I want to read everything, and I want to know everything. And I feel like it makes you think, that there's more to life. If you're tweaking, you can go to the library and think, wow, all these people have something to say. There must be more to life. There must be something I'm not seeing yet, but I will see it soon. Or you will see it soon, because there is a lot to live for in life. This is a personal one. Make edible cookie dough. I think edible cookie dough hits. Sometimes it makes you nauseous. Me and my close friends, we always eat it at all the school sponsored events since we get food trucks at our school, and it makes us really freaking nauseous. But find a sweet spot, and it won't make you nauseous because you'll know not to eat too much. My last thing on the list for you is to find some way to witness a sunset or a sunrise. Personally, I still have a really hard time watching sunsets sometimes, because I really have a hard time with ending, right? But, it's pretty, they're symbolic. I think that if you can find a way to have a fun, nice, sunny day where you can witness both the sunset and the sunrise, I think it can teach you a lot about how, every day starts and every day ends, and there's beauty in the beginning and the ending, and there's a lot of beauty in between in the day. And, it repeats itself the next day. You can't always see the sunrise, you can't always see the sunset, you can't always see the beauty, but you kind of know, oh, hey, behind the clouds, behind this, behind that, the beauty is there. You might wake up and the sun might already be risen. Okay, goodbye computer, it's fine. You might wake up and the sun might already be risen, or, you might go to sleep before the sun sets, right? You don't always see the beginnings and endings in your life, but I think it's super important and can be beautiful to go watch a sunset or sunrise and just think, oh, nature begins and nature ends in the same way that, kind of whatever you're going through begins and ends, and there are ugly sunsets and there are ugly sunrises, but there are beautiful sunsets and beautiful sunrises, just kind of like how you can have an ugly day and a beautiful day, and you can have anything in between. But yes, anyways, okay, actually, I'm gonna turn on my computer. I've low-key been talking for 20 minutes now. We'll see how short I can get this video to be. But anyways, those are my fixes to your impending doom, and I hope that you can use something to help mitigate your crashing out. And if not, that's okay. I hope you find something different that can help you mitigate your crashing out, because you deserve happiness and you deserve greatness. And I hope that at the very least, this video, watching it took some of your time and took your mind off of things. And if not, that's also okay. I hope you find something that takes your mind off of things. I love you. Have an amazing day, and bye.